Hello clarinet fans, and welcome to a masterclass on the clarinettist daily 30-minute warm-up. If you've seen my YouTube channel Kathy Williams-Devries, you would have noticed that I've posted quite a few videos of my warm-up. I have different warm-ups. There's the 15 minute, the half hour, 45 minutes, up to an hour warm-up. Now, what you're wanting to do with your warm-up is constantly refresh every day and improve three basic elements of clarinet playing. And I divide them up into 5, 10 and 15 minute segments. Now, the first segment, which is 5 minutes, is your long tones and legato. So I use these 5 minutes to play a few long tones and to do the arbato exercise, which I will show you. Now first, I do long tones. What I do is I start on a low E, I crescendo for 4 beats, decrescendo, and then click the register key on to the B, do the same thing before coming down again to the E. So something like this. Obviously without the squeak in the middle. And then I'd go to the F and do the same thing. And I do that for the F sharp, G, and you can do it right up to I suppose you can do it as far up as you like. I tend to do it up to about an A, overblown E. But remember, you've got 5 minutes. Now and then when I'm happy with those, maybe spending 1 or 2 minutes on that, I do what's called the arbato exercise. Now I've adapted it for 3 octaves, but it's usually done over 2. And the arbato exercise, its basic structure is E to F to E to F to E, and then back down F E F E F E. So this exercise is to get a very good legato between wide ranges of the instrument. So going from an F to an E. And also to focus on whether your fingers are really snapping back down again. So you're looking for legato, and then you're also looking for soft fingers. Also do is I whack on the tuner, because then you can also work on your tuning at the same time. But the arbato exercise continues, so it's E F E F E F E F E. Then you go E sharp, E to F sharp. And then when you've done E to F sharp, you then go E to G. and then E to G sharp, E to A sharp, E to B, and you go right up until you end up with E to D sharp to E. And you get a good idea of what your clarinet is doing all through the 3 octaves as well. Brilliant exercise. So I usually spend 5 minutes on long tones and a bardo exercise. And then the next skill we're looking at is tonguing, articulation and staccato. And for this I get out my trusty metronome. Now you want to spend 10 minutes on staccato, and what I do is repeated note chromatic scales. So usually I'll start at about 120, but for the purposes of this masterclass I will start at 100. So what you do is you do 4 semiquavers at crotchet equals whatever is comfortable for you. We'll make it crotchet equal 100. So what I do is 2 beats on each chromatic note, right up until top C. Well, C2. So let's just whack on the metronome. So this is what I'll do. I'm going a bit too fast. But you continue up, and especially when you're going through the clarion register, you don't want that th undertone, so you need to keep your support up and keep the tongue high in the mouth. To C2, I then do 4 beats. So not 2 but 4 beats on each note. So you see it's not quite even. We want it completely even, and then you go down again, of course. And then you do the 2 beats the rest of the way down. And you want, of course, to get every note sounding exactly the same. But then you just move the metronome up. I move it up by 4 beats. 4 marks per time, and you do this for 10 minutes. So this is at 108. Etc. And again, when you get to the top C, I do 4 beats of these because I'm trying not to lip up to the overtone, because it'd be very easy to go, I want to control it at the lower overtone so that you don't, because you don't want it to slip up. You don't want it slipping up like that, and it's very easy to slip up to the overtone. So, and it's harder to tongue up there too. And then down again. And this exercise isn't meant to sound good. but you'll notice immediately when you start doing it how much better your staccato starts getting. So we do 10 minutes of that. And then we move on to, so that's 15 minutes of your half-hour warm-up done. Now, it varies what you want to do with the remaining 15 minutes. You can go to close and start doing the daily warm-up there. It's called the daily practice. On my Boozy and Hawks edition, it's page 108. So what you do is you set your metronome. I set it on 100 actually. I like it a bit slower. You've got page 108 is the major and harmonic minor scales, and then the melodic scales, then the chromatic scale, and the scales in major and minor thirds. And depending on how your 15 minutes is going, the major and minor common chords as well, and the dominant sevens if you're feeling really frisky. So you start on the major and harmonic minor scales. Now I do these all legato. I don't tongue them because we've already done the tonguing in the previous staccato exercise. But you want to aim for as legato as possible and as smoothly as possible over the range. Etc. And then you've got the melodic minor scales. And some say, you know, well, why do you practice your scales? I make sure I've got a decent read on. I try to make my scales sound as beautiful as possible, because your pieces are made up of scales, and if you can't get your scales sounding musical and melodic, then you're going to have trouble in your pieces. It's just going to come out. So in my viewpoint, practicing your scales actually enables musicality, because it takes technical difficulty out of the equation. So like in the Mozart concerto, I mean, it's just broken chords. So if you can already play your broken chords, that section is easy peasy. And so you're not worried about how to play the notes. And so you can make them sound musical and beautiful. That's my view on why you should practice your scales. I also use the Behrman method as well. So we're trying to fill this last 15 minutes. And I use the Behrman method as well. This is the complete method for clarinet, Opus 63, edited by Longinus, and it's the third division. And I just do what's called number 1. Pages 1 through 5 generally will take me 15 minutes. But what I do is I do the repeats. So I will do each scale several times. Like I'll take C major. Again, we're looking at a beautiful reed, beautiful sound, beautiful legato. Practicing it until you're happy with it. And if you do it enough times on all of the scales, that will take you to 15 minutes. Although if you're extra keen, you might go on to number 2, which is the broken chord passages. And in this case, I do the articulation. You've got a choice of 2. And also the other way. my favourite little exercise is the Kathy Williams chromatic exercise. And so what I do is I put the metronome on about 120, and what I do is a chromatic scale. I start on the E and just go up half the scale. So in this case I go E up the chromatic to C and back down again, and I repeat this until it's absolutely smooth and even. And then I go up to the rest of the octave. So I've done that, you know, half a dozen times, a dozen times, and then so. And when I'm happy about that, I'll go 2 octaves. Happy with that, I do 3 octaves. So you want it even and clean and sounding beautiful with beautiful legato. Right up the range. And then when I'm done with E, I then move on to F, and the same process. So I go F up to the C sharp, and then when I'm done that, up to the F, I'm happy with that, I go up 2 octaves. And then we do F sharp, G, G sharp, A, etc. But it's really, if you're really wanting to work on the left hand, maybe start on a C. You see how much you're using your left hand there? So C and then C sharp. And then but you do this for 15 minutes. Generally, if you start on the E, you will get up to about C in the 15 minutes, and have the metronome going. So that's my 30-minute daily warm-up. So we're building on the skills learned in. So it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So 5 minutes long tones and vibrato exercise, 10 minutes on your staccato, 15 minutes on your technique, and you do that 30-minute warm-up daily. And you'll find that all aspects of your playing increase exponentially. So that's my 10 cents on the 30-minute daily warm-up, which I myself, and I have numerous videos of myself doing it. That's what I recommend for a daily 30-minute warm-up. And I hope you find it of use to you, and all the best.